I'm Erik Morgansen. This is my shot breakdown.
In this video I'm going to talk about a shot that I animated for the movie Jurassic World. We can take a look at the shot here.
So I'm going to focus just on the planning phase of my animation. And now that we can see where we're going, I'm going to talk about how I got here.
After I get the initial turnover from the director and I find out that what we want is to have this aerial battle between these two dinosaurs fighting over this woman, next thing I want to do is look at my shot in context and find out what the in and out points are and any other dependencies that are going to determine what I need to do within the course of animating my shot.
Looking at the shots around mine, I can see that the last time we see this creature lifting this woman off the ground, we're in a pose like this. So this is generally going to be where I start from in my shot. And we go to a pose like this, so this is generally going to be where I end. So now within the context of my shot, I want to look at what's happening with my camera. So I've got a couple things going on. We've got a wider view. I know that by the way it's framed, I need all the action to happen kind of generally in here, and then we've got this quick punch in that happens right here with the camera. So I know that some important event has got to happen at this point, and it's got to be motivated a little before that camera move happens, so it's got to start like around here. And then at the end we've got just a slight little bit of tilt up, and that leads us into the following shot.
Now that I've got a better understanding of the context of my shot, I want to find some reference that will help to reinforce the realism that we want to end up on screen.
Here's the key piece of reference that I'm going to use. So this generally has everything I need. I do need to change a couple of things. This flipping over moment that happens with this bird, I think is going to make my dinosaur feel too light if I do that, so I'm going to get rid of that. This catch that happens also happens way down too low out of where our camera is going to be focusing on, so I'm going to need to change that as well. I'll talk about how to do that when we get to the thumbnail phase. I'm going to use this as my reference for the digital double. So the moment where the dinosaur comes in and grabs the woman out of the air as she's falling, I want it to have this kind of nice forceful snap to it, so I'm going to use this moment here as a way to inform that motion. Here's a look at my thumbnail planning for the shot. Now I often will use thumbnails for a couple of reasons. One is it forces me to concentrate on all of the details, get everything figured out before I ever start doing any blocking. So in this case I'm getting wing poses figured out, I'm getting the relationship of these two characters figured out, I'm getting the movement of this digital double relative to this other character figured out. So I'm kind of stitching in the reference of my digital double with that of the birds, and then I'm also filling in the blanks that I mentioned before. I want to simplify this moment where this character passes over, and instead of doing this light aerial move where there's a flip in there, I'm just going to simplify this arc and make it just come around like this, follow through. Then I've got this catch point that's really important. I want this to feel nice and forceful and violent. So when she gets pulled, she swings the other way, and then I've got a nice overlapping moment where she comes back and back this way, and then gets pulled up into the following shot.
So that's an example of how I go about doing my initial planning for a visual effects shot. And now that I've got my context figured out, I've got my video reference, and I've got my thumbnail planning, I'm ready to start blocking in my shot. That's my shot breakdown. Thanks for watching.